Okay, we are now waiting for our next presenter to log in, and our next presenter is Alexandra Luchak.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh, hello, hello, good day.
Hello.
Did I pronounce your surname correctly?
Almost.
Almost. How do you pronounce it?
Łuczak.
Łuczak.
Łuczak. Mm-hmm.
Łuczak.
Yes, now it's perfect.
Very well. So our next presenter is Aleksandra Łuczak of the Kosminski University in Poland, who is an ESP teacher, head of the Center for Languages at Kosminski University in Warsaw in Poland, a graduate of the Institute of English Studies at the University of Warsaw, from which she also holds a doctoral degree in applied linguistics. She is the author of numerous articles on teaching English for specific and legal purposes, cooperates with language schools and training institutions, providing them with teacher trainings. Her interests also include the use of the latest technology in language teaching. So, all very exciting. So, the title of Alexandra's presentation today is Developing Collaborative Innovation Network for Foreign Language Teachers. Very well. The screen is all yours, Alexandra.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for the introduction, and well, good afternoon, everybody. So it's same time here in Poland and as in Florence at the moment. And my presentation is going to be more about supporting teachers during the pandemic rather than some innovative teaching methods that we introduced during that time. And I am based in Warsaw at Kosminski University. We are a private institution providing business studies, law studies to students, and we are almost 30 years old. Quite well established at the moment, one of the leading universities in Central and Eastern Europe. And I've been with this university for 24 years now. And since 2019, I'm also the head of the Language Center. I teach business English, but mostly legal English there. And in this picture, you can see our premises in Warsaw. And the second picture I would like to show you is beautiful Dubrovnik. This is where I was at the conference back in 2017. This was Association for Teacher Education conference. And during that conference, during the plenary speech by Professor Merlin Cochrane-Smith, I heard for the first time about communities of practice for teachers. And since then I was very fascinated and very curious in this concept, and I had this idea of establishing such a community. And so what a community of practice is. So this is a group of people who are in the same profession. These people have similar problems or they are interested in similar topics. They meet regularly to learn from each other, and this gives them opportunities for personal and professional development. And such meetings can take form of a traditional form, or they can and exist in the workplace, or they can also be moved to a virtual space. And when they are moved to virtual space, they are called COINs, so Collaborative Innovation Network. And why was I so interested in this idea? Because I generally believe that cooperating with others contributes to our success. So success is rarely achieved without collaboration with others. This cooperation is very inspirational, and it can be treated as an investment in our professional and personal development. Talking to other people, sharing experience with other people fosters creativity. And I do love this motto, sharing is caring. And in a moment, I will tell you how I have exploited it recently during the pandemic. So I was really determined to have such space to share knowledge and experience. And I think such meetings or participating in such a community can be a springboard for teachers to become mentors or experts. So very often, maybe they are not brave enough to go to conferences, to deliver presentations, to run workshops, but in these, let's say, more intimate surroundings of colleagues with whom they cooperate, they can become braver, and this can be a stage in development. And of course, if we move a community to online context, our ICT skills develop. But during the pandemic, this was so natural that I probably don't need to mention that now. You may hear some music maybe in a moment, because in Poland today is a national holiday. We celebrate the Independence Day, and there is some kind of band going along my street. So they are approaching, I can hear. So to continue this, why COIN, why community of practice? So such communities can maintain existing and build new relationships within the team. They can also become the part of the onboarding process for new employees. And that was especially important during the pandemic, because I had to recruit new teachers to our team, and I've never met them in person a year ago. So during our meetings, they had a chance to join the team, to get to know the rest of the team, and to learn the ropes. And for us, this community of practice was also very important, because this was this space where we met regularly, where we helped and supported one another during these difficult times, sustained energy for work, but also celebrated. So we had some meetings, Christmas and Easter, and at the end of the year, just to celebrate that we survived. And I was in Florence on site back in 2019, and then I was presenting my software for testing languages for specific purposes. This was called the Pustulka project. Pustulka is this bird, that's a Polish name for it. It's a kestrel in English. And so this was the app software which we created together with my husband, and it was supposed to be ideal software for my needs, because I was very determined at that time to test students on computers. And the hidden agenda of that project was to build a community. So I wanted teachers to create exercises, to share exercises within this software. And I thought that's a great idea, because if we teach using the same course books, we can save our time by this collaboration. Unfortunately, this project did not work that well. Here is the address of this software. If you would like to access it, there is a very big collection of public exercises, mostly designed for business and legal English. They are available for free, and you can share them with your students if you are interested in expanding this area of English. And so how my community, or our community, started. So we started in 2020, at the beginning of the previous academic year. On the 20th of September, we had our first meeting, and I called our community SIC, which was abbreviated Sharing is Caring. So that was the beginning of COIN for language teachers at Kosmiński University. Just to give you the idea how big our team is, we have almost 60 teachers. And we teach 7 languages, so English, German, French, Italian, Italian we don't teach, Spanish, Russian, Chinese, and Polish as a foreign language. And the topic, or the subject of our first meeting, was how to teach students online. So this was the moment after the first semester of online classes. We knew that we were going to continue online, so maybe the first stress was gone, and I wanted us to share our best and worst experience and to prepare for this new semester, or maybe the whole year of online classes. So we shared our experience that we gained during the first term of online teaching, and we also analyzed students and teacher surveys. So our students fill in questionnaires after each term, evaluating the teachers, and I have access to this information, so I selected the most positive, the most negative comments, and shared with my staff. And I also conducted a survey among teachers, asking them about their experience, what they would change if they could start again, etc. So we shared examples of best practices, but we also talked about our well-being and work hygiene. All in all, during the last academic year, we had 4, let's say, our internal meetings. So we talked about online classes, principles and examples of good practice, how to run, how to give credit to students, etc. Then we had 2 sessions about online testing, because after the first session, I discovered that there was a need for another one, because this was also a new area of expertise. At my university, we use online platform Inspera for testing, for computer testing, and teachers had to learn how to use this platform. And the 4th meeting was about how to engage students online, because this seemed, I think, the most striking problems, that we had problems with engaging students in online activities. And we also had some, we had also other training sessions. One was about preparation for lingua skill exam. So this is an online certificate from Cambridge Assessment. That was a new exam that we were introducing with online proctoring. And one of my colleagues, it was her idea to run this session herself. I was running similar session devoted to TOLS, which is test of legal English skills, with 2 question and answer sessions, because we also were running this exam online this year, and one with the head of our examination center about how to create and administer tests on Inspera. And we had 1 external training session with a consultant from Lingua Skill Examination Center. So, conclusions. I must admit that these meetings were quite popular. We were having them usually, I say, on average, once a month. Usually they were attended by around 20 to 30 people. So I think that's quite a lot. They were recorded because some colleagues could not attend, but they wanted to watch the recordings later on. I could see that this project inspired some of our lecturers to share their know-how. So after such meetings, we're also continuing discussions in chat, sharing some examples of activities we use and materials. The teachers formed smaller teams in which they helped each other, and they also created tests, but on Inspera, so this, let's say, our university platform. So this, my, let's say, original idea somehow resonated here. And I have the impression that this project contributed to professional and personal development of many of us. and really enriched our relationship with trust. So I have the impression that during the pandemic, and thanks to these meetings, we really built much stronger bonds. And now when we are back at school, at our premises, it seems that, you know, nothing has changed, or even we are closer. So that's my personal impression, that we are more in sync now, and we have these more relaxed relationships. We are less jealous of our know-how, and we are happy to support each other. I don't know whether it is this Polish attitude that some people are really jealous of their expertise and know-how, but some of us started to share, and that was my most important objective. And this really is quite satisfactory when I think about this. And so this is a picture of our picnic that we had in June. And so when classes were over, we decided to meet out in fresh air so people could feel safe. And what was interesting, a lot of new teachers came to this meeting. Okay, so we met in a park in Warsaw, and that was really very nice moment to see each other. And I also asked some of our teachers for opinions about this community of practice. So I highlighted the most important, like key words or expressions in red. So a Russian teacher said that this integrated our team. We were all in this together. No one was left alone. We had the space to share experiences, and we have grown during this time as lecturers. Another opinion is, let's say, from old English teacher. It means the one who has been with Kosmiński University for quite a long time. And she wrote that we shared knowledge, we built relationships, mutually supported and cooperated. It helped us to take care of our emotions. We learned from each other. We felt an integral part of the team, and you felt you were not alone. And one more opinion from a new English teacher, so someone who joined our team a year ago, and we've never met. We had never met at that time in person. So she had opportunity to get to know the team. She appreciated not only methodological meetings, but also those integrating us, and she quickly felt part of the team. So this was, we could exchange ideas. It was valuable experience, and these meetings helped her to avoid mistakes because she didn't know, let's say, our style of work, our requirements, etc., etc. And I also would like to show you a poster which I presented. This one is in Polish because we had a poster session. Once a year we have such a poster session at our university where our teachers can prepare posters to share some innovations or research. And this is also supposed to give us some more insight into who we are, what we do, and etc., etc. So my poster this year was in this let's say section of innovation, organizational innovations, and I described this community of practice experience, and I won the first place. So that was also a nice end of this first year of our cooperation. So here I share some references if you are interested in the topic of communities of practice. A good starting point is to, for example, Google for or search on YouTube for some videos with Professor Wenger, and I think this is the idea worth sharing. And my experience shows that it was very welcomed by my staff. And I must admit that COVID-19 helped me, because it created this situation where people probably could join the meetings more easily because they were online. So it wasn't that troublesome for them, for example, as if it were if they had to come, for example, to university. And also, I think my position of the head also helped me, because I could somehow impose this idea on my staff. So we have worked online for 15 years, 15 months, not years. It feels like 15 years. And now we are back on site. The situation is getting worse and worse every day here in Poland, with more and more cases. Unfortunately, not many people are vaccinated, so I don't really know how it will develop. If you would like to keep in touch, here is my address at Kosmiński University. Here is also a link to my LinkedIn profile, and the address, once again, the address of pustułka.edu.pl, so where I pro bono share a lot of content for business English and legal English learners. So thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you, Alexandra. Thank you.